Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about 5 makeup products that launched in 2021 that I wish I would have bought. These are products that I talked myself out of when they first launched, and now kind of given some more time to think about it, I'm regretting not picking them up. Okay, so 5 products I wish I would have bought this year when they launched. Just so you know, I am going to do, or I already have done, the other half of this, which is 5 products that I'm glad I did not buy this year. So keep an eye out for that. If it's already up, I'll link it down below. But if not, just keep an eye out. Subscribe to the channel so you get those updates. So item number 1 here is actually the thing that inspired me to make this video. This is the Glow Lust from Auric. This is Samantha Ravndal's brand that she launched in January, and the Glow Lust is like a luminizer product. So you can use it as a primer, you can use it alone, you can use it mixed in with your foundation as a highlighter, etc. So it's kind of a multi-use luminizer product. So the reason that this product inspired me to make this little series of kind of regrets and no regrets is that they just re-released one of their shades. So their lightest shade is called Morganite, and it's the one I would have bought if I bought it at launch, but it looked kind of a little deeper than I think I would want for a luminizing product. And it's a $45 product, and there's no free shipping on the site or anything, so it's like a $50-something investment, and I didn't want to buy it at the wrong shade, right? I didn't want to pay for it if it wasn't going to match my skin tone well. So I decided to pass on it. But they just re-released Morganite, and it's lighter. They made it a lighter shade, and I'll pop a picture on the screen here if I can find it of Samantha showing the old versus the new shade, and it is, in my opinion, significantly lighter. And that has really made me reconsider wanting to purchase this. I know it's still a huge investment, but I now feel sure that the shade would work well for me. And I have seen nothing but outstanding reviews of this product from everyone with every skin tone, with every skin type. I just feel like I see nothing but incredible things, and I feel like my curiosity may get the best of me. Let me know, would you want a review of the newly released shade of Morganite? Because if you would, I could maybe justify wanting to purchase it to review kind of what this new shade looks like. Number 2 is the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette. This palette, I have had a roller coaster ride with this palette. I have added it to my cart, taken it out of my cart so many times. So many times on the BH website and on Ulta. And I even went to the Ulta in my town to see if they had it, and they did, and I even looked at it. You couldn't swatch or anything because of COVID, but I just like stared at it for a while in the store and decided not to buy it. I just feel like color sometimes really scares me. So I'm wearing color today. I'm wearing my Juvia's Place Magic Mini palette, and I actually think I'm realizing that one of the reasons I'm so intimidated by color is because all of the colorful eyeshadow palettes that I own right now, or I should say almost all of them, are like deeper toned or like electric toned colors. None of them are really pastels. I have a handful of pastel eyeshadow shades in my collection, but honestly almost none. And I'm kind of starting to think that the reason I'm so intimidated by color is because everything is so intense that I already have. And I kind of feel like this BH Cosmetics palette would have been a really good complementary palette to those rich tones I already own in my collection. So having those more pastel shades to lean on would make me feel more comfortable blending out a dark teal, for example. I know I could add like a little bit of blue or green pastel on the edges and blend it a little more nicely, a little more seamlessly. So I kind of wish I would have just bought this at launch, done a full review of it. I think I would love that palette, but I think at this point it's kind of past its prime in terms of reviewing it on YouTube. So I might wait and see if any other beautiful pastel palettes come out this summer. And if they don't, I might go back and buy that palette, honestly, because I think it's gorgeous. And I'm just realizing all the rest of this list is eyeshadow palettes. I really like to keep a small eyeshadow palette collection. I start to feel really overwhelmed if I have too many options for eyeshadow. So I think that's why a lot of this list is eyeshadow palettes. The next one up is the Colourpop and Raw Beauty Kristi collab. And I'm now realizing I'm going to contradict myself a bit in this video, because I love this color story because of these deep jewel tones. And I know I was just saying that that's partly what intimidates me about the colorful palettes I already own. But I feel like this Colourpop and Raw Beauty Kristi at For a Sight palette is colorful and jewel tone, but it's also grounded in neutrals and a little bit of like grunge to the whole thing. And so I think that it would have been even more of an approachable, colorful palette for me than the colorful palettes I already own. I just love it. I love the artwork. I love that artwork on the front. It's just so beautiful to me. And I really think that I would have gotten a ton of use out of some of the shades and relatively decent use out of other shades in the palette. Number 4, I wish I would have picked up the Cleona Perfect Neutrals Charity Bundle is what it was called. It was a set of 7 eyeshadows that were neutral leaning. And if you know anything about Cleona, they're an indie brand, and they very much lean into multi-chromes, duochromes, very bright, colorful shades. And I've always been interested in the brand, but I never wanted to pay quite the prices that they're charging for colorful eyeshadow, just because I know myself and I know that I use neutrals most often. This bundle would have been the perfect opportunity for me to try out this brand in a relatively affordable way. It was not hugely overly priced. It would have supported a good cause because all of their proceeds were going to 2 different charities supporting Indigenous and Black people in Canada, which is where they're based. And it would have been colors that I prefer to use on a more regular basis. So I think I could have had the opportunity to try out this brand that I've been looking at forever. And I didn't order it. And I looked at it when it first launched. I saw it on their website. I added it to my cart. And then the shipping cost kind of gave me a little bit of hesitation. And then within like 30 seconds, it was gone. It was sold out, and I regret not picking it up. They said they are going to restock it, but like I've been mentioning in this video, as a small YouTuber, I have to be kind of careful where I put my money. And similar to like the BH Lost in Los Angeles palette, I feel like my chance to buy this bundle and have it be beneficial both for the brand and for myself would be to have bought it when it first launched and be able to review it on my channel right away when it launched. I missed that chance. So depending on how long it takes them to restock, I'm not sure that it'll make sense still for me to buy this, but I wish I would have when it launched. Okay, last one up here. This is kind of like the one to trump all other eyeshadow palettes that I've been talking about here today. This is the Kaleidos and Angelica Nyquist collab. It was called Club Nebula. And the reason I say that I think this could trump the rest of this whole conversation about eyeshadow palettes I wish I would have bought, and also the colorful eyeshadow palettes I already own, is because this palette, I think, ranges from light, kind of slightly more pastel-y shades, maybe not actual pastels, but slightly more pastel, like the peachy and the lime green are lighter tones, into the very deep, dark jewel tone category. And it contains both colorful, intense shimmers like the turquoise, but it also has kind of that row of kind of more like iridescent topper shades. I feel like this color story and combination of textures and shades could have honestly replaced every other colorful eyeshadow palette that I have or that I want. And I know that is a hugely bold claim. Like, I know that's nuts. I know that's crazy, and I also know myself and that eventually I would want other colorful eyeshadow palettes as well. But this palette gives you so much range. It gives you so much range, and I didn't buy it. They restocked it multiple times, and I didn't buy it any of the times that it restocked because I was so intimidated by the color story. I was so intimidated, but the more that I've seen other people using it, the more I realized, like, I totally could have done that. I totally could have used that palette, and I think it would have been a perfect, flawless, literally perfect companion palette to all of my neutral eyeshadow palettes. I really, really regret not picking that one up. Of everything on this list, if that came back, I would buy it in a heartbeat without even thinking twice. I would be buying that palette. And that's saying something, because the rest of these I would still probably at least pause and reconsider and think about why I didn't buy them in the first place. This Club Nebula palette, I know why I didn't buy it, and it was for a silly reason. And now I am stuck with that decision because it's a collab and they're not restocking again. So that is it. Those are the 5 makeup releases in 2021 that I wish I would have picked up in hindsight. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you regret not purchasing when you had the chance this year? And also be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, especially if you do want to see the other half of this. It may have already gone up, but I don't think so. I think this one's going up first. So keep an eye out for the flip side, makeup that I'm really glad I did not buy this year. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.